Hey friends of YouTube, just a little short video here. Something a little different. This is mainly for my friend Derek. Mountain Dew Dude 76 is his YouTube channel. We've been kind of consorting back and forth on our build jobs on our airplanes and stuff, and he's made a couple comments on some of my t-shirts, which I have tons of. This is my what happens at deer camp stays at deer camp. Let me tell you, that's the biggest lie in the world. If something you do stupid at deer camp, these days with all the cell phones and video recorders, you're viral on the internet, man. So don't do anything stupid at deer camp, because this shirt is not true. What happens at deer camp stays at deer camp. Yeah, right. Anyway, just wanted to kind of throw this together for Derek and anybody else out there that's interested in hunting. I've been a very avid hunter all my life until the last 2 years. It's the third year I haven't hunted. My back is really bad, and I'm doing a bunch of treatment right now. I have to go Monday and get some new stuff done, but hoping I can get back out there and get back in the woods. It was my #1 passion all my life, and until airplanes came along, and I love that too. But my wife hunts with me also, and there's just a few of our deer heads I was going to show Derek that we have here in our house. We have both of us have taken many deer over the last few years. We've been together, well, we've been married 29 years this coming June. She started hunting I believe 3 years into our marriage. Has just been eat alive with it ever since. She out hunts me, but for years we would both tag out, or one of us would, so we've had lived on deer meat most of our life. We've bought very few beef, but anyway, she's killed lots and lots of deer. I have harvested lots and lots of deer, hundreds over the years. Last year she shot a 175-pound wild pig up here behind our house. He was really good. And then my wife's killed more deer with her bow than I have with mine. She's a hard hunter. She goes at it hard, and I used to. I'm just not able to anymore. But anyway, just a little video to show off some of our heads and stuff that we have mounted, and Derek, you can let me know what you think, buddy. Our wall of fame here in our house, at least one of them. Cindy's big deer, my big 10-point, my friend Davey. It's his first turkey killed, or not his first turkey with a bow, and that's his first deer. That's Cindy stalking a big old doe in this field, and she actually bleated and got this thing to come right to her. And it was one of our deer camps. Had a little pool table set up. We have a good time. A little fishing along the way. There's Cindy's, I don't remember what deer, which one that was. My friend Michael. Good 10-point he got. There's Cindy, a little 8-point. There's one of my bow kills. That's me and my friend Dino. That's old Bruiser there on the right. I got him and the doe that morning right side by side. And that's Cindy's second deer right there. That was her first archery kill. She killed it with a crossbow. Now she hunts with a compound bow and has taken many. That is, let's see, that's her first muzzleloader hunt. And that one is old, we call him old plastic horns. He had horns that looked just like plastic. That's what the butt came off of. A little more fishing. That's me and my brother back in 1976. I think we've been on a good fishing trip. And there's Cindy's turkey. And there's our good friend Lonnie. Has since passed away. We miss Lonnie. Really had a lot of fun. It's my youngest daughter. When she was little, she grew up on the river fishing with us too. And there's my only fish I have on the wall. 7.3, I think is what it weighed. Not quite 8 pounds or something, but good fish. This is my biggest deer. He's not a record buck by any means, but down here in Arkansas, he's a good buck where I live. There's bigger. He did make the Arkansas Big Bucks book, muzzleloader hunting book, even though he's on some of the back pages. He scored 129, field dressed at 125, had a 16-inch inside spread. Anyway, I drug this deer for a little over a mile, all uphill. I shot him at 1:40 in the afternoon with a muzzleloader, an old Thompson Center Hawkins model, 50 caliber, and it was after 5 o'clock when I got back to my truck. I couldn't even hardly get out of bed the next morning, but I wouldn't have. This is my wife's big baby. He's a 10-point. She shot him with a muzzleloader at 15 yards. Said she'd give anything to have her bow in her hand. He scored 135, 16-inch spread. They're really close in size, hers and mine. Mine had longer brow tines, but she had longer G2s and stuff. But anyway, hers field dressed at 165 pounds. This was one huge deer. She shot him a little over a mile from camp. You're not allowed to take four-wheelers back in here on this game reserve where we hunt these big deer. And we had 4 of us drug him for almost 2 hours uphill back to camp. Like to kill us all. But anyway, gorgeous deer. Very proud of her for getting this monster. And he's a monster to us. Like I said, he don't make big record books either, but for us around here, he's a really good deer. She's also got a couple of nice 8-points and 7s, but their antlers are out in the shed. We never have got them mounted up. But anyway, this one we call Bruiser. I shot him with my rifle at 40 yards. He's a 9-point and had a 19-inch inside spread. The main points broke off over here. Haven't ever scored him. He doesn't have real good mass, but good sized deer. He field dressed 125. And then this one over here, sorry for the airplane wings there, but I found him a week after season ended. He had a hole right above his shoulder blade, but no exit wound, so there wasn't a blood trail, so whoever shot him just didn't have a chance probably to find him. But he scored 144. He was a big old deer. It's an 11-point also. Alright, this guy here, I used to live in Rogers, hunted 80 acres private property. You were only allowed to bow hunt in there, and the only 2 people he would let in there was my wife and I. I had been hunting this deer. I'd seen him a couple times, but couldn't get him in close enough. He's a 12-point, and I don't know if you can see those tines going down the back of his neck there behind his ear. He's got a triple brow tine on this side. He is I believe, let's see, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11. He's a 12-point. He got hit by a car, and a lady friend of mine that I mowed yards for called me. Her daughter had found him. He was down in a holler by a little pond. She called me, so I went to got 2 of my buddies. I went to the fire department, which I was on at the time. Got a Stokes basket out of the rescue truck. We took it down in the holler, loaded this deer on the Stokes basket because he couldn't stand up. Brought him out and put him in my backyard. He lived for 6 days. I'd go out there with him, and he'd lay his head in my lap. Of course, he couldn't get up. He'd probably kill me. But he'd lay his big old head in my lap, and I'd love on him and pet him, and we doctored him, and he ended up dying. But he didn't die from being hit by the car. We did a post-op on him, and he only had some bruising to his kidneys and some pulled muscles on the right shoulder blade. But what he did die from, when I took him to the taxidermist, right next to this right hand antler, under the hide, there was a hole in the skull about the size of a quarter that went all the way down through to his brain and was full of infection. His ears were full of shotgun pellets. Somebody had shot him with birdshot in the head, and the infection had went down through the skull and got to his brain, and that's what killed him. We couldn't even eat this deer because we'd been putting him on antibiotics and everything, but he was such a gorgeous deer. Well, we decided to have him mounted anyway. This guy here I shot with a 50 caliber Renegade muzzleloader at 31 steps. I would give anything to have my bow in my hand. It's a 10-point. Not a big 10-point, but funny story behind this one was it was getting dusky when I shot him, and he ran off down a holler, and So I went and got my wife and my buddy to go help me, and when we got in, I told them, I said, well, I know it's legal. I'd hunted a week and hadn't seen anything. They both had one, so I wanted to get caught up with them. So I saw the 4 points on one side, which we have a 3-point rule here in Arkansas. Anyway, I told them, I said, oh, it's just a little scrub, you know, probably a little 6-point. Wasn't very big. When we got down there and found him, this is what he turned out to be. So not a bad little deer, but anyway, there's that one. That was my first little 8-point, probably 18, 19 years ago, 20 years ago probably. And then that was a pretty good size 7-point, huge body deer. I got both of these deer within, about 3 years apart, but within 100 yards of each other. And I don't know if they were related or not, but they both have the same little lobster claw on the right hand side. Little 8-point here has the same exact thing. Kind of strange. So one of them might have, this little 8-point might have been his daddy. I don't know, because it was 3 years later when I got, or 4 years later when I got this one. So there's those. And this is my big bird. I only killed 2 turkeys, but I killed this one on this property that we're on right now. We've got 40 acres here, and we had just purchased it. I'd stopped by here after work. I had on a pair of shorts, a black t-shirt, and a camouflage hat and tennis shoes, and that was it. He never gobbled, but he come trotting up the hill to my calls, and I got him. He weighed 25 pounds, had 11.5-inch beard. My wife and my buddy still give me a hard time for getting him with no camo on or anything. It was kind of weird. So, but anyway, he's a good bird. And then we have the old deer butt. This was a contest we started. It's off a little 8-point I shot a long time ago, a muzzleloader. And our friend Michael decided, let's mount a butt and we'll have a little contest. There's 6 of us in our little group. And at the end of each year, whoever's lowest on the bottom of the totem pole, as far as scoring or amount of deer, whatever, has to hang this in their house till the next season. And we've got little brass tags. We have a bunch more we haven't put on here that got our name and the year and stuff on it, so it's just kind of a joke. But anyway, it was fun.